Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Talk Hard. It's Tuesday, and let's do this. Die Hard. Now, Loki couldn't be with us tonight. He had some family stuff that's going on, so he will be here. So we brought in the great, the one and only Mexican Iron Man. Hey, Mike, how you doing, brother? Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. Let's talk some Christmas movies here.
Yeah, let's do it. And with me, as always, a co-host, Ironcaster, my brother. What's going on?
Oh, things are going wonderful here. We're finally getting into the Christmas spirit. I'm finally feeling the spirit in me.
That's awesome.
And I'm not talking about the Jack Hennessy's.
Oh, well, fair enough. So let's do it. Yeah, Die Hard. Let's put to rest this is it a Christmas movie nonsense amongst our conversation tonight. But before let's say hail to this chat. Chris Persia, of course, leading the wrenches. Hank taking care of things there. Hail to the triumvirate of Talking Hard. Pops, Loki, Ironcaster, and hail to the internationally acclaimed YouTuber Mexican Iron Man.
I am not internationally acclaimed. That is hashtag fake news, but thank you.
Christian's in here. Bonjour, everyone. Yes, awesome. Pat S. Hipsters unite. Gather around your summer blockbuster authentic Xmas movie picture. Indeed. And a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Christian, so much for that. Just dropped in to wish you, your family, and everybody on this channel a very Merry Christmas. Thank you. Christmas to you as well. You're underrated, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that very, very much. It's awesome. Yeah, Pat saying hit that like button. And I think we got the GRs here. Awesome. Merry Christmas to you. And there's a link to a Mexican Iron Man's channels. Yeah, there are. GR says, yes, it's a Christmas movie, even if my wife claims it's not. GR, I'm so glad you started with that. So, yes, that is, there are people who say no, and there are people that are wrong, including Mrs. Pops. So, yes. Now, I called her out on that yesterday because I told her we were doing this.
Your wife doesn't think this is a Christmas movie?
Mike, we discussed this last night. I said, we're talking about this, and she said, literally, she says, even if you've tried to convince me just on principle, she's standing pat because she knows that I can refute pretty much all of the arguments of why it's not. And so at this point, she's just being difficult. So
wow,
yeah, it can
crowd.
Be tough. It can be, yeah, it is a tough crowd. So, so I don't even know how to make a case against. I've tried to figure out the best argument.
Here, I'll do it.
I'll
do it. All right. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's just you get generic. Someone came up to me and says, well, it's just one Christmas song. I said, well, actually there's three, and there's Ode to Joy and other things that are done at Christmas. That's a silly argument. I did do a stream with Jay Harang about trying to define what a Christmas movie is. He would disagree about he put Die Hard and others in a fringe category. However, I think I can refute that now because if you take Christmas out of it, it would be this kind of movie or whatever. It's not integral to the plot or whatever. So basically, I would refute that now by saying.
Wait, before you refute that.
Yep.
No, you are on point because if you take Christmas out of this movie, the whole movie falls apart.
Well, that's true. That would make it a Christmas movie. But he was trying to say Christmas. You could take Christmas out, and it's still this great. It's this great heist movie, whatever. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really work because I laid out, like you were saying, all these elements of Christmas that are plot threads. You would have to rewrite these plot threads of why he goes to California, why he has the gift, the wrapping paper. There's a ton of.
The whole point he's going to the movie, like he's not even going. Why would he leave New York if he doesn't have to visit his ex-wife and kids?
Yeah, they were trying to rewrite this, and the only way to make that argument is to rewrite the entire movie. And so the best way to refute that is, basically, you would just say, well, then Home Alone's not a Christmas movie.
Right. Because
you would just say, well, they left him at home for a summer vacation. It's the exact same argument. So that's the easiest way to refute that silliness is like, no, Home Alone. And actually, people who try to go, well, there's not a lot of Christmas in Die Hard, or maybe we could throw Gremlins and Trading Places and others in that same category. It's like, well, neither does It's a Wonderful Life is kind of the quintessential #1 Christmas movie, and there's barely any Christmas in it. So, yeah, we need to stop with this nonsense, these haters. Hail to Leia Rose, and it also had a Christmas party in it. Yep. And AC from Japan. Hey, AC. Good to see you, Ron.
I'll tell you what. I will be willing to concede Die Hard is a Christmas movie if you will both agree that argument has been played out to death.
Wait a minute. You also don't think it's
You don't think it is a Christmas movie?
Oh, for God's sake.
Whoa, hang on. Like, I'm kind of coming around. Okay, I'm coming back around. I'm coming around on this. I think Die Hard as a Christmas movie has become an overplayed meme.
But it is a Christmas. Oh, great. We lost the host of his own show. This happens sometimes, like where you're on a live stream and the guy who's hosting it, his own channel, like he loses internet or connectivity or something. That's what just happened. So we'll keep going. So now he's back. No, he's not back. What happened?
I don't know. It just glitched out on me. Do you have like a little static or something? You hear static when I talk?
No.
Oh, it's only on my end then. I thought it was me. I'm like, what's happening? It's like static. It just started. It's a little static enough. I don't know. I may be losing my connection. All right, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ironcaster. Convince us that's.
Ironcaster is going to say that it's a Christmas movie for the reason that he's just been beaten down to death over the last 30 years.
Yeah. Why is it not a Christmas movie?
Well, again, I would say it is the Christmas isn't such.
Can he finish a sentence with an argument?
No, because you guys have already refuted it before I've even had a chance to say anything.
Come on, guys. I want to hear it. Yeah, nicely done, Ironcaster.
The whole point of the matter is that the plot, all of the essential plot items will have to be redone, like literally all of them, all the way through. Why he's going to visit, why she's super busy and she doesn't even have time to meet him at the airport. He has to take the car. She sends a car to go pick him up at the airport because she's got a Christmas party that she's a senior executive for that she has to be at. Like it's like the first, and I can keep going. We keep going.
There's music in the beginning. There's music at the end. There's music in the middle. The Christmas element of the attack is very important to make sure that there's minimal security.
And this one. One of the best skills is when the elevator opens and what's his name's brother is wearing a Santa cap.
I tell you what, I'm about to dig my hole deeper. Okay.
Now I have a machine gun. Where did you get that sweatshirt? Where the hell did you get that sweatshirt?
This is what you get when you're Christmas obsessed, I guess. I have this one, and I have a Nakatomi Christmas party shirt as well.
I've been looking for the Nakatomi Christmas sweater forever. Have you seen that one?
Yeah. No. I have a regular T-shirt. I don't have the sweater though. Yeah, I have to look at that.
So I've been browbeat with the argument to the point of concession in a similar way to I was browbeat to finally seeing this movie. I saw it just for you guys.
Wait, you hadn't seen this movie until this year?
I hadn't sat down and watched it all the way through. So this was my first time.
Oh, God. Oh.
Okay. So you had this preconceived opinion of Die Hard by never watching it from start to finish?
Oh.
Like, I would always start watching it, and then we had to get ready to go. So I would catch it on TV.
I have seen this movie, I don't know, at least 100 times that I can probably name up. At least... Oh, I have it on 14.
It's 30. It's 35 years old.
How am I doing a show with this guy?
No, we need to put him in timeout.
How am I doing a show with this guy?
He's in timeout for a minute. So this came out in 88, so it's been out for 35 years. You saw it in the theater probably like I did.
No,
so
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't see it in the theater?
No,
okay.
Because I was too young at the time, and so it was rated. Wasn't it rated R?
Oh yeah, it was rated R.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, and then No, I fell in love with this movie later on video cassette over and over and over again. Oh, I found what I'm buying myself for Christmas. Ready? Here we go. Hold on. Let me show it. Christmas share screen. Look, a little bit of what would we do without the internet?
They're cheering for you though, Ironcaster. They're trying. Oh, that's where he's falling out the window. It's the Hans Gruber one. Yeah, until Hans Gruber falls from Nakatomi.
It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from Nakatomi Plaza.
Mike, there's one where they have like almost like an advent calendar. So Hans Gruber falls down according to the days getting closer to Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, they have all sorts of crazy stuff.
I want a version of it with the made-for-TV edits.
I want the version that comes with this girl and the sweater.
I was going to say the girl's probably going to come with the sweater. So just so you know.
I'm buying this.
Wait, sorry, we were very distracted by the modeling the shirt. I think we were then talking. So
you like my podcast shirt?
Oh
yeah, I was talking about the Christmas sweater, Mike. No offense.
Oh, Doggone it.
They're cheering you on, Ironcaster. AC says you did your best. I don't think so. Yeah, Min was only 7 years old when this came out. Oh, I don't know.
No, but I mean, I was older, but I didn't, I mean, rated R movies. I was still in high school, so.
Well, look, I figure we're also using the show to help me watch a few of the movies that I haven't seen yet. And then there's the odd thing where I've had a chance to turn around and show you guys something that that you guys haven't seen.
All right,
like
so
what?
from start to finish, wait, let's table that 1 second, Mike. From start to finish, what is your impression of Die Hard now?
Oh, it's absolutely a must see.
Okay.
All right, you're forgiven.
Okay, I was ready to put him back in timeout and possibly reconsider his membership to the Talk Hard family. I was really concerned that
you can't fire Ironcaster. He's in the freaking intro and he looks great. So
I know he does look good, especially that wreath one at the end. Doesn't he look like a freaking model? Like the freaking face swap on that's like disturbing. Like I'm like, wow. Okay.
Although I think it's a fantastic film, but as far as action movies go, I think I like Commando better.
Oh.
Just because I think the one-liners are better in that. You have Arnold like a mountain of muscle.
This is just a better story. I mean, no offense to Commando, I love watching Commando as well, and one-liners and whatever. But Predator and Die Hard are far superior movies to Commando. They're just
your leadership and vision and judgment is just amazing.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. I'll make sure I will add you to my references if I ever apply for press credentials again.
I can't stand those people.
Cinematic
genius, sir.
So Ironcaster, the opening sequence as you get to meet Argyle and the giant teddy bear, and you have this lead up to the Christmas party. Well, yeah, that's true. You go to the airplane with the whole making fist with your toes thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's like time filler type stuff, but at least there's a callback to it. It's a setup and callback as a reason for him to not have shoes on, right? So again, smart screenwriting that we don't get anymore of how can we get him out of his shoes so we can have him run across glass later on. Reverse engineer that. So, Mike, have you ever been to the hotels now and you'll do fists with your toes?
Absolutely, and I got it all from this movie because I travel a lot. Still to this day, I now judge carpets by my ability to be able to do that in a hotel when I'm traveling. And most of the time I can't because I now have commercial carpet and it's just like fucking fabric concrete.
I do it even while I'm doing a show like this. I'll do that. I'm making fists with my toes, even in the carpet beneath me right now. So. Ironcaster was holding back on his view. No, his view was not well thought out, and we quickly refuted most of his points before he even got started. So, trust me, I will come with 2 6-shooters ready to go defending Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Trust me, if I'm going to deal with someone as harsh as my wife, Mrs. Pops, and Mike, she's had to deal with me. Next year's 25 years. She's had plenty of years dealing with me, so. She's well attuned to being able to try to fight back. So
I'm sure she would call that 25 years of paradise.
I hope so. So DJ Ronnie G is here and Roman of the Empire as well. Awesome. Merry Christmas, everybody. And my wife loves Commando better too because she liked Milano in Charm. Oh well, you take your victories where you are, GR. You just if that's what gets her to watch it, then you just keep going back to the well for sure.
One of the things that kind of I was thinking about watching this is looking at how young Bruce Willis is here and thinking about how he's had to retire from in the modern year. Just how much time has passed for that. It was painful to kind of grow up with. I've been able to kind of watch the entire progression now because of. If you were that young, Mike, you may not have watched it. There was a TV show called Moonlighting. Did you ever get a chance to watch Moonlighting?
I saw the reruns of it.
Yeah, so that's really what broke him out and made him famous because he had this great chemistry with Sybil Shepherd. It was like this kind of like fun family innuendo type comedy. They didn't really want him in this lead role. He wasn't even going to be on the. I don't think he's on the initial posters. They added him to the posters as the movie started to become a big hit. But yeah, growing up with him, and then now you see where he's at now, where he. I mean, basically, I think I saw one movie he did recently. I didn't even do a review. That's how much I disliked it. You could tell he was being fed his lines. It just was so robotic and generic. Whereas this film is just it's a class. He'll go down in history for this film for sure.
Yeah, has this been added to the U.S. film registry?
Library of Congress.
Yes.
I don't know. I'll scroll down and look at it real quick. I'll tell you in a second. So
because I'm looking at this and and it's got me thinking about all the other Bruce Willis films, like watching The Fifth Element, and just how fantastic an actor the man is.
Yeah. So Mike, as you rewatch this film, especially in this whole setup with have you been to a Christmas party that this dynamic and interesting on like the 30th floor?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It is the perfect way to kind of like trap people, right? Because once you shut all the elevators off and stuff like that, it's really not that hard to like trap people.
I actually had a client. So that building, the Nakatomi Plaza, is the Century City Twin Towers Plaza in Century City. And I had a client, and I used to go to meetings there all the time. Like when I had a Santa Monica office, I'd go there all the time.
Yeah, it was one of the Fox buildings, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When I went, it was already in the early 2000s, though.
Was that on your mind when you went there? You were thinking about it being Nakatomi Plaza?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this thing. It's so iconic and interesting looking at it. And most people wouldn't know, and they would go there and see this building like, holy crap, that's the freaking Wakatomi. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, especially as you sort of move quickly to this, they set up all these different. The script is really, really well done, especially for an action movie. I know you tried to compare it to Commando, but I got to be honest, this has got way more character development as far as it just quickly sets up the marriage tension and moves right through that. It sets up, the token little, 80s cliche guy about doing it for the money, smoking, he's doing cocaine, the whole night. All these little stereotypes and tropes are there. Asian stereotypes.
News anchor guy.
Yeah, the a-hole anchor guy. Yeah, chasing right, ambulance chasing stories. Yeah,
a-hole. Sorry, I used to know.
Yeah. But as you watched all this for the first time through Ironcaster, where are you at by the time we get to Hans? I mean, you have to be a fish on the hook at that point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the man just oozes charisma. I mean, it doesn't hurt either that this character is so iconic in cinema history that I already know who Hans Gruber is before I've even seen the movie.
Wow.
Really? I mean, it's one of those things of cultural osmosis where certain movies are just so memorable, so iconic, so well cited and referenced and parodied that you already know them before you've seen them. I mean, how many of the James Bond tropes do we know without having seen a lot of those movies?
That's true, I guess. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess you could just go see a recent James Bond movie, but if there was Aston Martin references and references to M and Q and things like that, you could have picked up on a lot of that long beforehand. Yeah, that's
plus Alan Rickman in this role with that kind of that frog in the mouth Jordan Peterson almost voice to it. It's so memorable. After I finish the movie, I'm walking around the house talking like this, as I am a suave, sophisticated man, vaguely from Europe.
Soul Sass, I'm hit the nail on the head, right, Mike? It's not Christmas until you've heard Yippee Ki-Yay.
Yeah, with Mo Launer Ucker.
Yeah, Mofos. Yes, indeed. Yes.
Or as the television edit was, Mr. Muchachos.
What?
Yes, that was the TV edit. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Muchachos.
Yeah, really?
That should be a shirt. That should be the shirt, Mr. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Muchachos, and then have like a little parentheses TV version. I'll have to look into that, see if somebody's done that yet. So, Mike, what is it about this film in particular? Like, we can jump to those scenes, like that really stands out to you. Like, I can't do Christmas without doing Die Hard.
I like just watching for me, I like watching the most well-crafted robbery heist plan just go to absolute hell in a handbasket, scene by scene by scene by scene by scene. Dead air. Hello?
Oh, sorry. Just getting more screenshots together.
Oh. Yeah, so that's
I was watching something and they made a reference that they didn't know what bearer bonds was until they saw this movie.
Well, bearer bonds don't really exist anymore like they did. That's another cultural, iconic financial reference because bearer bonds we're essentially, you would be able to. There are so few. There are very few of those even in circulation around the globe. They just don't exist. It's essentially like cash, but they're bonds, and so they have yields to them. So long as you hold them, you get the cash value, and there's no trace, because it's not like you're getting them to. It's not like you broke in a Nakatomi Plaza and asked them to wire him like $100 million. That's traceable. Getting the bearer bonds essentially like breaking into a bank and getting them, but they're more sophisticated currency because they're internationally recognized.
Arakash, there's your answer on National Film Registry. Yeah.
I'm surprised it took that long.
You might have to jump ahead to the end of the film to kind of have this reference for the Alan Rickman drop sequence. Bobby's pointed out that on the movies that made us, they talk about how they were doing their dropping Alan Rickman scene. They told him they were going to drop the rope on 3. They did it on 1. I heard they dropped him on 2, but either way, he thought they were going on 3. So he was dropped 40 feet. 40 feet. They don't do that now, folks. They don't risk an actor of his caliber. They would CGI a face in. Yeah, so that surprise and stuff you get, pretty legit. Pretty legit, indeed.
Super legit.
Man.
Well, I mean, it turned out better than what they tried in RoboCop.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true.
Like, where they had tried to go for that weird angle thing where, like, they gave the guy just, like, super extended arms, so he's got these, like, weirdly long, like, arms.
Yeah, we'll have to rewatch RoboCop. We talk about doing that in our next Talk Hard in early January. It's talking about some of those toxic movies that everyone needs to go out and watch right away. So, but hey to Castle, hey to Mike, the Comic Relief Crusader. I don't think I said hi, your Muslim uncle, but yes, you definitely had a couple things that were popping up here. Great comments, of course. To be fair, I'm in 1988. He wasn't an actor of high caliber. Well, he wasn't yet. He wasn't yet, but he is now for sure. So. Look at that scene. There is a surprise in his face. You told me 3. Loki would do that to you, Mike. I totally believe it.
Cha! Loki do it. Loki would do it in a heartbeat just for fun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You'd be lucky to get the count of 1.
Yeah.
So I think that one of the things that makes this film interesting, or at least why it's so classic and timeless, is because there are so many other elements and characters that we care about. So even the police officer, who we really don't know much about other than like the cliche donut eating, fat, out of shape cop, we get little backstories on him pulling his gun or not, he had shot a kid, all those kinds of things. So all these things have character arcs that are kind of built in. It's very rudimentary, but that really does a service to this film, but it creates all those different layers. And it's like you were talking about earlier, Mike, with even like the skeezy TV guy chasing stories, getting away with it, right?
There are so many multiple plot lines happening at the same time. These newscasters are a plot line. The cop is a plot line. Each of the bad guys that gets killed in different ways has anywhere from a short to long plot line. The Asian guy with the candy, this guy has a plot line.
Yeah, that's what makes it so great, is these scripts are just so complicated and interesting. And when you rewatch it, I don't know, Mike, but I mean, I'm sure you can attest. I would agree that Iron Casher, you watch this again, you're going to pick up on at least 5 more things.
Oh, I've got no doubt. The one thing that always stood out for me was in watching it, the cop. It's the dad from Family Matters.
Yeah.
So every time I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about like he probably shot now thanks to Loki. I'm thinking about how he it's probably because he shot Urkel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Almost missed this yippee-ki-yay mother frackers. This movie truly embodies the spirit of Christmas. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Thank you. Of course he would understand the truth. He's a truth teller, of course. So, Mike, have you run across people who are like, no, it's not a Christmas movie, like they want to pick a fight with you about it?
No.
Okay, it just happens to me. Okay, fair enough.
we all have our crosses we have to bear.
I guess. You pick another spot to jump to, Ironcaster. We'll pull it back up when you're ready. Yeah, Mrs. Pops most recently did it, Mike, because we had redone. So I would say like 80% of our like virtual streaming, like we're gonna not put a physical copy and we're gonna stream, is on Vudu. So I redid the playlist for Christmas, and of course, as we rewatch movies, I rotate them down so we can the other ones that we haven't watched get to the top. So of course, Die Hard and Die Hard 2 and Gremlins and Trading Places and Lethal Weapon and all these movies keep floating to the top. And she's like, these are not Christmas movies. I'm like, okay. To Time Out you go. Of course they're Christmas movies. Why would they not be on this list if they were not Christmas movies? So that's what. So I most recently have had to bear that cross, as you say, Ironcaster.
Well, see, with Die Hard, you don't get put into the corner. You don't get put in Time Out. You get put into the vents.
Put into the vents. Yes, there you go. You segued to come out to the coast, have a good time. Yeah, such great lines. Yeah.
This is my favorite picture of all with the lighter.
Yeah, it's one. This is kind of become an iconic photo and image from this film. It wouldn't have been one that I would have thought of early on because I don't think it was what we both embodied the film early on. It was mostly some of the Christmas stuff. I think the Christmas stuff was so shocking, like the I Have the Machine Gun Ho 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 stuff and the Yippee-Ki-Yay, of course, things like that. But this shot with the vent, it's really become an iconic scene and image for sure.
It also makes for a great Christmas ornament, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that is cool. I want one.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs. It's great. Man, everybody has totally got this going on. I was surprised to see Brian Griffin had a small part in this movie.
Oh, right. They did a bit on Family Guy where they made Brian like one of the super bit parts as just a kind of a cutaway because it's owned by Fox.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, Michael have to speak to this one. Rambo is a Christmas movie?
I don't know about that because I hadn't seen any of the Rambo movies until about 2 months ago.
I don't know any even Christmas references in Rambo, but I don't know. So you got me on that one, guys. I'm not with you there. So Lethal Weapon has a great Christmas song from that time. Yeah, I will even be you easier convince me that Lethal Weapon is not a Christmas movie than you can Die Hard. Like it's almost like a scale, like a point system, and Lethal Weapon is much lower than this movie for sure. The Reggie Johnson plays cops in a bunch of stuff, not just Die Hard, Family Matters. He plays one in Ghostbusters, Turner and Hooch, and some other TV movies. Huh. Cool.
Should we call it the 12 points of Christmas movies?
Because if it has Christmas and Santa in the title, I mean, it should get bonus points. I mean, there could be a scale or a score, right, Mike? We could come up with something, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a Christmas tree. Okay, that's a Christmas movie. No, see, I'm not going to go there. So, like, that might get, like, half a point, Mike. But, I mean, that's like Eyes Wide Shut has a Christmas tree and lights in the background.
Ooh, Eyes Wide Shut. I'm going to say no on that one. That movie's rough, bro.
Yeah, that's not a Christmas movie. These are movies, like, just because... And again, this is, again, going back to credit to Jay Harang with his refuting my arguments, and I'm willing to concede this one, too, is... Especially in America where we decorate for Christmas so much of the time, you talk about 10% of the year. So just because something exists within 10% of the year doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
No.
There has to be some girth to it than that. So
yeah.
Sax is here. Hey, what's going on? Sailor Moon looks like a Christmas movie. I don't know, Aircaster.
It's bright and colorful.
Go there, Bob's. Go there. No, can't do that. I know, Mexicana honor, man. I know. Still haven't seen Eyes, and I love conspiracy theories. Yeah, I'm no fan. I'm with Mike on that one. I'm not interested in rewatching that one.
That was a rough watch.
Chris is not doing it. He said Rambo was set in December, but not a Christmas movie. In Lethal Weapon, the final fight literally starts at Murtaugh's Christmas setup living room. They crash a car into his living room. Yeah, there's some, again, the scoring, like a scoring of systems, you know, if you had to give it points, you know, like Lethal Weapon ends up down around 4, whereas this is like a 9. You know what I mean? This is like way higher on the Christmas score. Because you're going 12 is your high on right? Ironcaster, you said it should be 12?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's thematic.
I like it. It's easily 8 maids of milking, at least. Yeah. Mike, speak to a film like this where you get to like they don't even try to be clever anymore. Where like the plot elements of just using walkie-talkies to move the story along. Like it's like they don't even try to do stuff like that anymore.
They don't try to do anything anymore. I mean, I think the action scene also, I think each of the action scenes, if you think about it, also propels the storyline along because all the action happens regressively. Like none of it's proactive. Like the plan is to have all the weaponry on hand in case of as needed. But in reality, the whole plan of this thing is just to blow the rooftop and get away with all the bearer bonds and get the heck out. So what ends up happening is because Bruce Willis is around, he keeps creating situations and scenarios and events where the action ends up having to happen because he's instigating some action that causes the weaponry and the action to happen. And I think that's also brilliant in all the ways, shapes, and form. When he's hiding through the ducts and he's moving through the ducts and the guy goes to like shoot up the ducts and he's looking for him, even that little action sequence of him shooting into the air conditioning ducts is created by an action of Bruce Willis. When he jumps off of the and it keeps happening. He jumps off the off the building with the fire hose thingy, and he lands on the side. The sequence that comes after that is because he's the whole thing's just moving along, and what you don't realize is that most of the time in cinematic presentation, the action is designed to instigate something. In this case, the storytelling then forces the action to happen. In terms of guns and weaponry and all those sequences.
Yeah, I really couldn't agree more.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Because John McClane is disrupting the entire plan. I think to even elaborate more on what you're saying is because we in the audience know there's a plan and we just think it's going to be a kidnapping and a robbery or whatever. And then later on we learn about the
I read about it in
roof.
Time magazine.
Oh, see, he's been doing research. See what he's done there?
He has to free his brothers and sisters from around the world.
That was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah,
I love the cleverness of him, where he's got just all these distractions set up to keep obfuscating the master plan in the end.
I even love. And who would have thunk that way back then? Little did we know how moronic the FBI would turn out to be.
It was kind of a docudrama, is what you're saying. I mean, I think that's kind of how we felt.
Docudrama. Straight up docudrama with these FBI agents that show up in the helos.
And it's set in California.
And it's set in California.
Yeah. The incompetence of California police and officials and government-run agencies. And yeah. So, Ironcastle, you could not have picked up on that with your smattering of views. This only would work if you watched it straight through, right?
Yeah. Because I might not ever realize like, oh, I missed a scene here or there. To not catch up on those things, little things like even just the conversation, like when the officer stops to the gas station with the convenience store, the guy running the convenience store, right. And he's like, "Oh, it's for my wife. She's pregnant." He's like, "Sure." Cop's totally not gonna go for the donuts, huh?
Matt's clarifying First Blood has it's in December. There's no Christmas references. Not a Christmas movie then. Pat S is giving Die Hard a 9.5. Says it would be a 10 if John was a gay woman with disability.
Wow.
Cannoli Sasquatch is here. Hey brother, best Christmas movie ever. Okay. We're going in more FBI. We're going to need more FBI agents. I actually, you know what? That's another subplot, right? There's a story arc with the crazy FBI agents. Like, because they're different ages, it makes a Vietnam references. They're just like, even that stuff, Mike, totally works then and now. I thought it was great.
When I was working at the city of San Jose in the 90s, and I remember having already seen this movie in video cassette, I don't know how many times. We had to set up a SWAT team for a visiting dignitary, and I was meeting with all the street cops and the snipers, and on behalf of the mayor's office for where I worked. And they're like, "Oh, the deputy chief's coming." I'm like, "That idiot, he's not gonna know anything." And then it reminded me of like Die Hard, of how they said that the deputy chief was a moron and an idiot.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, like you said, it's docudrama. Indeed, love the conversation. Indeed. National Trevor, like, yeah, we touched on that briefly, Matt. Yeah, that's great. What agent was talking about Nam? Yeah, the other was a kid. Yeah, it's great.
Yep.
And I think that really works well for that time frame too, because you would be around people in the late 80s and early 90s that would make references to Nam and things like that. And you're like, I was like born. Like, no, I don't have any. So that actually is a really good joke that I think that did it age okay for you, Ironcaster?
Well, the thing is, like, I totally get that reference because I'm kind of looking to more contemporary events, and I'm thinking about that similar sort of stuff. Being a kid, hearing someone kind of mention like Desert Storm, or coming a little further forward to the last 20 years of overseas, to someone who would be kind of younger now, who might be able to kind of get it from that similar perspective. Actually, the thing is, I would have, like, after seeing this, I would have even liked to see kind of like a movie about those two guys. Like, you could have almost spun off with like with these two FBI guys, assuming they survived.
They didn't make it out.
No,
Mike, they didn't make it out, did they?
No. Why?
No, that's why you said.
Who thinks they made it out?
Yeah, anybody in chat, you guys give me a 1 if you think they made it out. I'm a big
talking
0
about?
on FBI agents that survived this. I'm going 0. We're going to need more FBI guys is the gag. So
What are you
0.
talking about? The helicopter blew up.
Yeah.
What
There
are you
could be a
talking
prequel
about?
called Die Hard: The Agents, and it's like them getting. It'd be like a 5-minute short of them getting there and how incompetent they are, bickering about being in Nam or not or something like that. But yeah, 0. Hey, oldest gamers here. Hey, bro. Yeah. No, Ironcaster. Sorry, fact check false. No, there's no. That's the gag, man. I guess we're gonna have to get more FBI agents. Where was it? Bobby said that. Yeah. Guess we're gonna need more FBI agents. That's a great line.
we're working up there. Maybe we'll get the CIA next.
So get to another random spot in the movie. Let's just chat about something else going on in the film. Any other special spots you want to go to, Mike, or kind of chat about?
How about? I love the scene where where Hans Gruber has taken over. God, what's her name? The wife, Holly's office.
Yep.
And he's sitting in there, but she's sitting there talking to him. Meanwhile, he's looking around because he knows she's looking at something, but she had the presence of mind to knock over the frame of the picture of the whole family. You remember that? Because she's got a picture of the kids with John.
And then later it's sit down, and then he ultimately looks at it.
Yeah, ultimately he looks at it and realizes who's who.
You're Mrs. McClane.
Well, Ironcaster gets us there. Matt points out without the getting into politics, there's FBI references. That definitely plays well for that time frame for sure. And Bobby says, no. Agent Johnson and Agent Johnson, no relationship, did not survive. Big zeros. And I think that's good because they had to come up with, and again, I think this is what I think good story writing works, is there's some adult in the room that said, hey, listen, that doesn't work because he would figure out that she's the wife. You got to come up with a reason and why he wouldn't know. So they can't have him, go. So they were smart enough with the way the script, and maybe this is the kind of thing I really don't have a great relationship. I don't know script doctor well. I need to spend some time with somebody like that because I'm like, this is the kind of thing I think is gone now, where someone in the room reads it, and when they make notes, these are the notes that need to be made because they're like these gaping holes and gaping problems that check you out of the movie, where you're like, that doesn't make any sense. This is what would happen. I mean, early in the movie, there's a quick comment about. There's no one else in the building. They're all on the 30th floor. So you've taken away all of your brain going, all these other businesses and all the other things or what. No, all the hostages and everything's going to be in this one general area. That's it. Boom. Okay. Now move the plot forward. Like you said, Mike, with the action sequences of, okay, now we go from this action sequence to this action sequence. Okay. Now we're going to do this. Okay. Next sequence. It's like that thing. Yeah, I like it's great. This is a very underrated script in a lot of ways. So. Oh, the showdown. Yeah. Is this one with Nakatomi? Or this is or
Mr.
this one with
Takagi.
Shikagi or the guy who does Bubby?
Takagi.
No, Takagi.
I feel like we're doing a bit here.
You do know his name's Takagi, right?
Yes, it is. Yes. Okay. What's the sleazy guy that says Bubby? What's his name?
That's the sales guy, the coke guy, the guy that's
Yeah.
coke.
Because the Bubby line is ad-libbed, which I think is funny.
Problem is the website I'm using for pulling these up. It's like every 3 seconds is a screenshot. I have like 40 pages of them to flip through.
Yeah, a movie like this being as old as it is, there's so many for something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
That was that was one of the things I did like the complexity with. Since I kind of have this up with the wife not kind of going back to her maiden name to be able to fit within this very foreign business styling, where here she is, this married woman coming far away from her husband, trying to work within that constraint. And if she goes in with her married name and makes it known she is married, it becomes something. She loses that little bit of leverage, so it becomes her sexuality in a way becomes very much a weapon. She's talking about trying to take his corner office with the bathroom here.
Yeah, I think it just plays both ways. I think they can just use it as a leverage point for the plot, right? They can do it both ways. The maiden name is used, so it creates the tension with them being that much closer to divorce or not. And then they can play it up with the whole Japanese culture thing, which is a massive 80s thing, right? I mean, Mike, you can speak to that. Because, I mean, the Japanese was the China of now is the Japanese then. The Japanese own everything. The Japanese are taking over. I mean, we all heard it through the 80s for sure.
Yep.
The backstory could be that Hans Gruber was actually a CIA operative. Bearer bonds were originally going to be used to fund a black op. Wow. Chris, that is heavy, man. Wow. That's like... that is almost like Die Hard : Black Ops, and it's like the secret of what really was going on was a false flag. That's crazy, Chris. Holy cow. Robert Davi. Oh, such a cool dude. Got a chance to interview him one time. He's a total cool dude. He's been in like a million movies. Played one of the Johnsons took off at this time too. He played a Bond villain, License to Kill, and did a bunch of movies. Next, yeah, his resume is massive. It's incredible how much stuff he'd done. Super cool guy to talk to. And I think there's just like little status references, like the Rolex is a big deal, right, Mike? I mean, these people that are really, you go in these boardrooms and you're around these people, and it's more about like, it's almost like bragging of the Rolex or the Lambos and the different things like that.
Isn't that what the 80s were like, right? Isn't that when that movie Wall Street came out?
Yeah, Gordon Gekko. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot of excess of success. For sure. Yeah. We got to touch on Bill. There he is. This is the Bubby. No, the Bubby scene. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he ad-libs the Bubby line, which I think is great. There's a lot of ad-lib in this movie from what I read.
Barbie.
God, what was his name? The character's name? Shit. Willis.
Willis, yep.
Damn, I'm pretty good, huh? Look at that. See, now you can tell. I didn't even rewatch the movie for this show because I've seen it so many times.
It just, God, this guy was great. I love the change of personality there. As he's quickly realizing he's actually put himself right in danger. He's probably not gonna make it out of this room unless John McClane turns himself over. Just down to that nervous sip.
John, I need you to come in and turn yourself in. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna.
And this is the shot when he starts to realize, crap, I'm in a really bad strait. Yeah. GR met Davi back in the late 80s. Cool. Yeah.
Willis, what did you tell them?
Willis.
I just told them we're old friends from high school. It's reunion.
Hans, don't listen to him. He doesn't know you like I do. Ironcaster, what are some of the other little things that you're picking up on that you would not have picked up on previously?
I mean, look, just like just since I brought it up, like this scene here, like I like the way he's kind of playing it off to both. Neither side is kind of quite sure, especially when you have Bruce Willis intentionally gives him a gun that doesn't have any ammo in it just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
how that little bit of foresight planned ahead, and it was such such a smart move. Like, I see it coming. I know it's coming. I want to see it play out.
The other thing too is that this kind of thing is much. Another thing that dates things is that in the 90s, handguns were generally metal and generally heavy. If you try to do that now with a polymer gun, someone would instantly know that it doesn't have any ammo in it. At least someone like Hans Gruber would. I always thought it was fascinating that he knew what name to give him, that he had already known a name on the directory. That tells you that how much research Hans had done, because he knew who might be the senior executives that might be at that Christmas party.
Right. Yeah, that's so true.
When
yeah.
he says, what's your name? And he says, Bill, whatever the name is that he says after that. And it's and he will and William and he looks over at the John McClane looks over at the bulletin board and sees that there's a William there with the name that matches, and that's why when he says Bill, it makes sense. And he,
That's true. Yeah, and it cements the villainry of Hans. He's so sharp. He's so quick in every possible way. It's great. And a great look at this, a member chat, 14 months, Joker voice. Thank you so much, brother, for supporting me for so long. It's incredible. You've become such a great friend and supporter. Happy holidays, gents. Hashtag keep talking. Indeed. Hashtag to you, my friend. Keep talking, brother. Thank you so much. Bill Clay. That's right, Clay. Thank you. Thank you, Joker. Yes. Hans Gruber. There it is, Clay. Yeah, the camera gives you just enough to know Hans is fast, man. He is wicked smart. Wicked smart. Pulls it off smoothly. Goes into the English accent. He just, it's all done so well. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're one of them. Oh.
Yeah,
oh my
no
God,
bullets.
You're one of them. Don't kill me, please. I'm telling you, I could have been an actor in this movie.
Could have been. You could have been Bubby. Could have been Willis.
No, wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, you pulled the voice so well. It's like you could have been. You nailed that scene. You were like ready to go. No. The suave guy trying to cut a deal, then suddenly they're going to kill me. Oh no!
You know what? The more I'm thinking about this, I'm liking this idea. Except we gotta make Hans Gruber Loki. Just this way, at the end of the movie, you get to throw him out the window.
Interesting. Scott Westbrook with a $10 super sticker. Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much, brother. Got a big old thank you from you, but thank you, Scott. You've been supporting me this whole time as well, man. It's been great. Great to be meet so many of you and get to know you. I appreciate that so much. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I just love. I think Michael had said earlier about like the different action sequences and how they sort of like thread together and play off one another. Yep. I think every time I watch this movie, I usually will start out thinking I can just turn this on and listen to it, and then I always catch myself watching and not doing what I was doing because it's each one of these sequences I want to watch and see that progression of unraveling Hans' master scheme because it's done so well, so seamlessly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Of course, we also have
the
memorable shoot the windows.
We're gonna put Joker in timeout. Okay, Batman Returns and Shazam. Shazam is barely a Christmas movie. Just because it exists in 10% of the year doesn't make it a Christmas.
Wait a minute, Joker. Wait.
Yeah, timeout, Joker. Timeout. Hold on. Timeout. We got to address the situation.
This is like a 2 on our 12 rating of 12 out of the days of Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah,
hey, Joker's voice. It's so sad that when I come to Vegas, I'm not going to take you out and you're not going to go real estate shopping with me. It's really tragic.
No, yeah. No. Joker, we'll have to agree to disagree about Shazam in particular. That's like we're talking about the 12 days of Christmas Ironcaster scale of Christmas ranking. Yeah, Shazam's like a 2. Now, Batman Returns, I at least will give people some leeway that there's a lot of Christmas in it as the background of the events of the film, but it is never relevant to any of the story. Like, other than just the fact that there's a press conference and there's like a gathering and there has to be presents and things like that incorporated in it. Die Hard is way more Christmas movie than those movies. combined. So, Mike, unlike Hans Gruber, knows how to survive going out a window. Mike, they're relentless. They are relentless around here.
Wow, tough crowd over here today. Wow.
Well, at least Ironcaster flipped it and said you'd be throwing Loki out the window. So I like the fact that he was trying to give you the upper hand there. So.
Right. Well, Ironcaster is a trusted friend, whereas Chris Persia is buying into the narrative that we don't want.
Yeah.
Well, we
Paul
also
Gleason,
we also agree about Alf being terrible.
Thank you, sir. Again, Ironcaster, your leadership and vision and judgment is unquestioned, sir.
Yes, it's very solid. It's very solid. So, Paul Gleason has got a lot of roles in this. Obviously, obviously he's known in a lot of other films. He even had a little role in Trading Places that I mentioned earlier. But obviously, he's the assistant principal Vernon in Breakfast Club. Is probably his most famous role. So, yeah. Now, so Ironcaster, I want to get to your thoughts on this, and maybe Mike wants to speak to it as well, because this is where the brilliance of Die Hard won't get credit because it is an action movie or whatever. People won't realize how smart it is. They're doing two different plot points at the same time in these sequences. He's dealing with the glass in his feet, so he's setting up the weakness and the injury and all of that. Right. And he's talking on the walkie-talkie to Powell. He's allowing for us to have character exposition in a way that is not boring. Like, we're not just having characters just talking. There's stuff going on while the exposition happens. I think that's brilliant.
Right, and it also makes a lot of sense, too, because when you're in trauma and pain, you need somebody to talk to, right?
Absolutely. Joker Voice is now pointing out that Mike is not a YouTuber. Okay.
Real estate shopping is back on schedule.
There we go. He's back in the game. Squeaka, obviously Christmas movie. See why we love her? See, she knows. She knows the truth. She knows what's right. Even my movie theater has a Die Hard Christmas tree. Fair enough. Awesome. And Squeaka is also confirming that Mike is not a YouTuber.
Thank you. You know how else I'm confirming that this is also a Christmas movie? Guess what? My Fandango account sent me a notification that Die Hard is playing in local theaters through this week.
That's awesome. So maybe Ironcaster, or no, actually, maybe Chris can put the link, maybe faster that way. But if you want to look it up, I think it was Dish Network or something. Back when we had the Dish satellite systems, there's a survey or data that when we actually got TV ratings, we knew who was watching things. During the Christmas time frame, whatever that was, let's say Thanksgiving to Christmas, they released that Die Hard had more people watching it than Miracle on 34th Street, It's a Wonderful Life, all these kinds of things. So it kind of, I think that's when things shifted, and we're like, everyone's like, see, it is a Christmas movie. We got past all of the critics, and now it's like a meme. I think it being a Christmas movie or not being a Christmas movie, I'll give you Ironcaster. That's where I think its legacy has become like a meme of is it or is it not, rather than legitimately like a nerd like me who has thought about, your 12-point system, which I think is a fair system, by the way.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to workshop that because I want to actually put some sides behind this. Like, all right, we can't just simply have a Santa presented. That's like that's like a point.
A Christmas tree in the background, it's like a war. Yeah. The problem is It's a Wonderful Life is only going to score probably like a 5 or a 6. It's a Wonderful Life is a massively not a Christmas movie, but it culminates with a Christmas message. It culminates with this big plot point thing. But when you rank all the other criteria that you're going to lay out there, it's not going to score as high, and that's what's going to be interesting about your scale, your research, I believe.
I have a new scale. My scale is going to be if Mexican Iron Man says so or not.
There we go. So it's the Mike scale. And Mike says Die Hard is a 10. It's a 10. Boom, we're in. We're done.
All right, let's put this to the test. Is Prometheus a Christmas movie?
What?
Dear Lord. We're back on Prometheus again.
Yes, what? Like because they point out like they're when they all come out of the pods, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's Christmas time.
No, because that has nothing to do with the telling of the whole freaking story. What does that have to do with anything in the story? What's the matter with you?
It's down there with the one. It's in the just because there's a Christmas tree in the background or a Santa in the background doesn't. There's no. What's
the matter with you?
No.
That is the worst take I've ever heard of human existence.
Yeah, see everybody's saying no. No to Prometheus. No to Prometheus. You sent me. We can send a picture. I'll work on that while we keep talking. Oh, sorry. Let me put your screen back up. There you go, buddy.
Oh, yeah, just like, hey, there's a Santa there.
Oh, I see. Cool. All right, let me take you. I want to take this out for a second and show you what Squeaka sent. Don't know how easy it's going to be to see. In this tree, which I'm assuming she's saying is at the theater, it's that ornament that we were talking about. It will not blow up. If you could see it, it's a little bit small in this little spot right here. That's that ornament you were talking about, Ironcaster, earlier. You pulled up where it was like, come out to the coast, hang out, have a few laughs. That ornament's right there in that tree. Thank you, Squeaka.
Well, then that further proves it's a Christmas movie somehow.
That was her point. She was agreeing with the mic. 10, boom, done.
In a weird, twisted way. All right, what's the next thing we're going to talk about?
Mr. Bear Bonds, the black dude. And that's another thing, too, like, Mike, we were talking about like the multitude of plot elements. And the story of Die Hard is actually exceedingly complicated because you have all these different things. Like, because all of this is, like you said, the action sequences are setting up, but actually the heist is also... It's almost like the two things are happening at the same time, but they're actually diverging. It's that the characters don't know how far apart they're getting, if that makes sense, right? So the heist is going on, and then John McClane is unraveling the heist, and then at some point, that's where you end up with the problem of, oh, crap, this is all. But the black guy, he's still breaking into the vault, and then the Ode to Joy plays, and all that stuff is just transparent. I think it's fantastic. I get excited when Ode to Joy plays. It's such a cool moment for me, for sure.
I got to tell you, I have actually gone to the range and tried to like do the draw for and I can't get that. I don't know if it's my shoulder.
To do this?
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't see you because you're not seeable right now. But
I wonder if I could get my son to do it, because he would be the one to do it.
There's no way that I could tape something to my shoulder and grab it. There's just no way.
And to be able to get steady enough to hit someone that fast, and just, I can't imagine. So I have to ask my son if he could do it. Maybe when I visit for Christmas, I can try to get him to do it.
I've tried it. Like I've tried it. Like I've tried just being able to reach and stuff like that. I've actually tried that maneuver.
Yeah, I'm happy my son's in the Air Force, Mike, because he didn't have to go into like the marksman thing. Get
no
plucked out.
How would you like? I don't even know how to do it. There's no way. But even if I had it taped properly to my back, I don't even know how. And I can shoot. I'm a tactical guy.
So what you're saying is it's in that how movies really would have ended. It's him going and being like this, like
yeah, exactly.
and then it would not have ended well for John McClane. Total fail.
No,
gotcha.
No, I don't know how they came. Because they don't actually show him taking it off his back. They just show him they just show the draw. Like there's not a movie shot of him ripping it off the tape. They just show it before and after.
Right.
I want to see that action.
Yeah, Matt is explaining to Squeaka why watching Prometheus is a waste of her time. Yeah, it's a complete mess. It's a complete mess, Squeaka. There's 2 Alien movies. You can dabble with a few of the others if you want. There's a couple of them I think are okay if you can take them for what they are, but if you stick with the main 2, I think you'll be really happy. So I think the second they start making Christmas decorations and merchandise is what makes a movie a Christmas movie or not. Oh, okay. So I just want to make sure I throw this out to chat. And Mike, you guys can catch here. So based on that logic, then we do not get Christmas merch for Batman Returns, Trading Places, even Gremlins. I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, there might be sweaters. So I mean, there might be a Gremlins Christmas sweater. I'd be shocked if there is a Batman Returns Christmas sweater, though. I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to agree with that assessment, because there's a whole bunch of Star Wars merch, and none of that has nothing of Christmas has anything to do with Star Wars.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh yeah, GR, that's a great line. There are so many great lines in this that we don't quote. Are there any of those other lines that you quote, Mike? Like that, like this one, the quarterback is toast. Like that kind of like obscure lines.
Yeah, like whenever I've gotten frustrated at Max's mom, my ex, sometimes I'll say to myself, "Oh, come hang out, come for a visit. Yeah. We'll have a good time."
Meanwhile, you're envisioning you're envisioning being stuck in a vent with a lighter, and being miserable. I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, Squeaka. Squeaka's never watched Aliens. Squeaka, please message me.
What?
And when we watch Aliens, we are going to watch. Ironcaster has never seen Aliens either. Okay, hold on. Full stop. Hold on. Full pause. Full pause. Time out. So he has never watched Aliens. Okay.
Oh, what kind of show am I on?
I know.
I've seen Alien. I just haven't
the first
seen
one.
Aliens.
You haven't seen the second one, right?
Oh,
So in February we'll be starting.
The love I've had for Ironcaster for years is just melting in my.
No, this is our job, Mike. This is why Talk Hard has evolved the way it is. This is our job to be.
Ironcaster for years.
I know.
My dreams are being shattered.
This is part of our job. So we're gonna do Halo because Halo starts in February. So we will.
I forgot about Halo.
We're strapping Loki into a chair, going Clockwork Orange, making him suffer through Halo. But to come out of Halo as a palate cleanser, we're going to do Aliens, Talk Hard Aliens. Squeaka, we would love to have you as a first-time viewer because that will be the first time Ironcaster also watches it. So it'd be great to have you for that. If you can message me, I'll try to get you an approximate date once I know the Halo schedule. So we'll know when Halo ends. So we'll know that's when
I highly recommend before seeing Aliens, you see Alien again one more time as a warm-up.
Absolutely, watch them back to back.
You got to watch them back to back as a warm-up.
Yeah. And so since we've derailed our show, we beat on Die Hard pretty well.
You know what this show should be called?
What's that?
Stuff that Ironcaster should have seen a long time ago, and I have no idea why he's even. This is the new name of the show. Movies that Ironcaster hasn't seen, and we don't know why he's on YouTube at all until he does.
Chris Persia, work on that as the new logo, where it has Talk Hard scratched out, and it's like says like a handwriting, and it's movies that Ironcaster hasn't seen but should have. Blah blah blah. Fair enough. No, look, yes. So
actually, I'm talking a lot of smack because on Doomcock show on Wednesday night, they pick movies every week, and I've missed like 50 to 80% of every single one they pick.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. No, I let them pick. We kind of rotate. Like because of Loki, I've seen like Santa's Sleigh, and there was something else I've never seen. I know I hadn't seen Robot Jocks in like 20 something years. You got me to watch the anime one, the Castle Cagliostro. Yes. I had never watched that one. There was a fan D&D movie, which I actually thought was actually pretty clever for a fan film. Things like that.
It's the best Dungeons & Dragons movie out there, by far.
Let's see.
But, of course, then again, I also got you to watch, like, Shark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, we're going to put you in timeout if you keep bringing it up. We should Mike, would you come back to watch one of those really bad movies with us?
Like what?
Like one of those bad Tubi movies. You know what Tubi is? The app? Tubi is like an app where things are free with commercials. So that's where
Iron Man doesn't watch commercials ever.
Yeah, it's like remember how stuff used to be like direct to VHS, those movies? It's like that. It's those movies.
I don't know if you can do that.
Story goes, what was the guy that used to own Fox? Murdoch? Rupert Murdoch?
I like awful cheesy sci-fi movies though. So if you can find one of those, particularly if it's in space, you could probably get me to watch that and come on.
Okay.
So
we'll keep
Murdoch, it in mind. When he sold Fox to Disney, turned around and bought Tubi for a fraction of the cost, and it's now like a good solid couple percent of like what gets viewed on for all the internet streaming. So all my clients regularly are telling me that they watch it, and I see it on their TVs. If I go to their office or I meet them at their house, I'm just me and myself. I just don't. It
rotates through like really good movies too. I know we usually only talk about the bad movies that are on there perpetually, but they rotate through all these great movies constantly. So anyway,
and right now they got a bunch of Warner Brothers stuff.
Okay, Squeaky, if you do think about it, let me know because we'd love to have you for that. It'd be kind of fun. And they're all talking aliens in the chat. They're all piling on Ironcaster. So AC's talking about Halo. I know. Can't wait to see the suffering. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. If you want quotes, here's one further. You throw quite a party. I didn't realize they celebrated Christmas in Japan. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not without chicken.
Yeah, there was no KFC references, but that would have been great. They think of course, Mim has seen Tombstone.
Yes, I've seen Tombstone. Who the hell said I hadn't seen Tombstone?
They're spreading more fake news. I just want to make sure.
Seriously, Tombstone, get out of here. Get the heck out of here.
Santa Jaws. I don't know. Ironcasters. Yeah.
Yes, there's a Santa Jaws, and the poster has the shark wearing a Santa hat on the fin, which answers the question of how would a shark wear a Santa hat?
Okay. Fair enough. So besides the debate of the Christmas versus not Christmas nonsense that I hopefully we can put to rest. If you guys run into people who just let me know. I'll help you make sure you shut this down. Where does Die Hard rank for you, Mike, on like the action movie sort of side? Just as itself, its legacy.
Top 5 all time.
Top 5. Okay, awesome.
I mean, it's up there with Aliens. It's up there with Predator. It's up there with what else would be up there as an action movie?
Yeah, I'm with you, especially because I think that part of what we need to do when we rank movies is the rewatchability.
Yeah,
you know what
I think
like
rewatchability is like the number one criteria.
Yeah, if it's not rewatchable, how can I call it? It can be good, but it doesn't make it great. If if you're never rewatching it, then why is it considered great?
Right, great.
Doesn't
Great
make sense.
means that I can put it on any given time and place. In fact, I mean, I actually have the 4K, but I've seen this movie so many times. Like, and that's the other things. Like, when you see it, can you keep watching it? And you got to say something from the '80s. It's a pretty dated movie. The hairstyles are dated. There's a lot of things dated here.
Yeah. I would add Matrix to your list, and obviously the Indiana Raiders of the Lost Ark. I would add to the list because that would count.
I love
T2
Matrix Reloaded, but no one else does. But that's all right.
That was the Matrix movie I saw.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. What do you mean the movie you saw?
I mean, I've only seen the second one.
You never what? You never saw the original Matrix movie either?
Oh, God.
Well, Ironcaster had to go, folks. I don't know what to say.
What's happening to me?
I don't know what happened. I don't know. That's crazy.
All right, if I were judged by movies that I've seen, then I would have to admit that I am a YouTuber just on the movies that I've seen. Good Lord.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do, but that's why he's here. God. That's why he's here, folks. So we work on that one.
My heart hurts for him.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Yeah, Commando.
Look, on the plus side, like I have all these movies to look forward to watching because I'm not watching anything Hollywood's putting out right now.
But the problem is that because you've already seen Matrix 2, seen Matrix 1 for the first time, it's going to have at all the same effect.
I don't know. I think that he'll appreciate Matrix because it actually has like depth. Once you got to the sequels, what was missing was no one in the room told these two guys who are now ladies for some reason that there's no depth here. There's no spirituality. There's no oomph. Like you think you're being clever and you're just not. And I think that's the problem. Matrix itself stands up because
Squeaky Mouse hasn't seen Matrix either.
Oh my gosh. Squeaka, what on earth is happening?
Oh no, Squeaka, say it so.
All right, so Squeaka, now you're going to have to be on Talk Hard twice because we're going to have to figure out how to bump Matrix up to 24.
Because of the disappointment of Squeaka Mouse and Ironcaster, I must do what must be done.
No!
Oh, we can't show that on YouTube. It's bad. The stream might go down if I didn't.
No, it's not. I've done that 1,000 times on various
Is that one of those Disney lightsabers?
You think I would spend money on a Disney lightsaber? Really?
I mean, it's about as effective as the one for El Perro had.
No, this is a real lightsaber. This is which one is this one? This is a Kyber light. I got 27 or 28 of these in my collection.
So I've got a couple Ultra Sabers myself.
I own 2 Ultra Sabers. Those are here. One of those is over here. Uh-oh, I just broke those.
Uh-oh.
This is an Ultra Saber one.
Oh, I like the look of that one.
It's pretty cool, indeed.
Wait, Godfather Part 2. You saw Godfather and Godfather Part 2, right?
You didn't watch any of the Godfathers, did you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't think you've watched Godfather yet. It's on our to-do list. Mim has left the building. I know. Look, listen, we love you because we know you're a project. It's okay, buddy. We're not going to kick you out of the club yet.
Let me tell you how bad it is for me right now, people. It's so bad that I need comfort and care.
Oh, my gosh.
No. Oh, no.
Please help him. Only you can help Ironcaster. I know we haven't had a good relationship. Can you help that guy? He's right over there. Oh, Ironcaster, I hear you haven't seen any movies. I think I've seen more movies than you, and I've been on Earth last time than you. Huh?
I'm scared.
Wow, that was disturbing and awesome at the same time. Oh, I know. Chat went crazy. Yeah, Ironcaster and you must share the same list. I'm a little concerned. Yeah.
We'll have to compare
Let's stop
notes.
beating up on him and let's look at this as an opportunity and not a discipline. Let's look at. I'm gonna turn my attitude around, and we're gonna look at this as an opportunity.
Yes. That is our general approach. For those of you that are here regularly, Chris would vouch for this. Will we do consult and discuss things like that he has not seen, so they make the list. I think Loki is my bump on not wanting to watch Godfather and Godfather 2 again. He's like he
that
understands
is my movie that I watch every year. Every year I watch all three of them. Let me tell you this.
Yeah,
this is how much
I love them too.
I am so hardcore about watching all three of them every year that this is true. There are 5 years of my life since I started this tradition after I got out of college. There are 5 years of my life that I did not watch that at Christmas. The following 5 years, those 5 times, have been the worst disastrous years of my entire life. 1 year and ended up in a divorce. Another year, the list of things that had happened. Another year I went bankrupt. Like I lost everything. Another year I was homeless. Like these are not.
It's the
5
Godfather
years in a row.
principle. So it's the Godfather principle. It must be watched. I'm with you, man. If you ever want somebody to talk Godfather with, I'm with you. By the way, did you ever watch The Offer? It was a Paramount show.
I have not seen that yet.
It's called The Offer. It's about them making The Godfather. I think you would love it.
But Tom Connors talks about it all the time. I just haven't.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I've been a little curious about that show, actually.
Yep. Well, you can't watch it till you watch the freaking Godfather movies first. We can't, Okay. So it's Christmas time. We do normally give away a wax pack for somebody here on the channel, puts them in a chance to win some of the other Batman stuff, the big giveaway stuff here. Mike, since you are our guest, we usually ask people to pick a number between 0.1 and 0.2. So you'll have to think of a number. Let's say 1 and 50. So Mike will think of a number between 1 and 50. Any of you want a chance to win, throw a wax pack in an envelope for you, mail to you, do that. So all you in chat, please throw your numbers out there. If you've already won, please hold back so someone else can win, because we definitely we got to the point now at the end of the month now. So now we've got a few winners lined up for that grand prize single to do on Thursday. So final thoughts on Ironcaster on Die Hard from me.
This was a fantastic film. I want to go rewatch this. Just so much of this film has become such staples of cinema, and it feels like as time has gone on, it's a little harder to go and find those sort of iconic films nowadays. That this is definitely shines compared to everything else that's come before. That's everything that's come since, because it's tough to top.
Oldest gamer, I think I said 1 to 50, didn't I? Did I say 1 to 50 or 1 to 100? I think I said 1 to 50, didn't I?
You said 1 to 50.
Yeah, oldest gamer, you can't pick 88, bro. If you don't want to play, that's fine, but we're not counting that. Mike as well. You said top 5 for you. I would definitely not argue with top 5. I don't know how you can not be in the top 10. This is like among those in the top 10 for sure. So
another thing is that for anyone that's interested, I think their use of practical effects was pretty brilliant and on point.
Oh yeah.
I think it was exceptionally well done. The use of practical effects. So awesome. For what it's worth, I will add that to the discussion.
True. Couldn't agree more. So many layers to this. It's one of those things where these movies are classic for, just being the lightning in the bottle. The script is great. The acting and performance is great. The execution is great. The believability is great. It's all those kinds of things. And even though, yes, you're right, there are elements that are dated, like a haircut or an outfit, that kind of falls to the wayside when you get immersed into the journey. So
yeah, like those didn't bother me at all. Like I was totally sold on it. Like the most outdated thing felt like the display where he's got to punch in the numbers. Like, yeah, that was about it.
Yeah, there wasn't very many things that are sort of like, totally out of bounds with being like of their time. Like it is held up well in that kind of thing. So 1 through 50, I think I got a 42 for GR, a 13 from Squeaka, I got a 49 from Oldest Gamer. All right. Any others? If Chris wins, he has 24. So if he wins, it's going to Squeaka. Okay. Squeaka. All right. Mike,
What?
1 to 50. What was your number, my friend?
37.
37. 37 was the number. That would make, look, Ironcaster,
Well,
Chris Persia won again.
If you scroll up, actually, GR had said 42 first.
Oh, well, it's closest without going over. We have Price is Right rules. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. It's always Price is Right rules. I mean, that isn't it. Is there anyone not playing by Price is Right rules in the world? Like, is that the thing? Like, Mike, that is the cultural thing, right? We all live by Price is Right rules.
Yes,
like that's
yes. On behalf of all brown people, we are united with our white brothers on Price is Right rules.
Yeah. So, GR, I am totally sorry if there was anything misconstrued and you were cheering. I apologize. I gotta be honest. It's But yeah, Squeaka, you have won via Chris Persia. No, I'm not winning. Listen, Chris Squeaka's like, no. You can. So I got you. You have to pick Gremlins 2, which have Christopher Lee cards sometimes. Obviously, there's a Batman 89. Get one of those. You could get Indiana Jones, Tron, and I have a black hole left. So let me know. So, but
see, yeah. I think Chris should choose for her since.
Oh, that's even funnier.
Yeah. So he gets to pick out her Christmas gift. She doesn't get to know what she's getting until.
Oh, well, Squeaky, you didn't win a wax pack. So that's fine. I mean, you won a comic book, but that's different. So I can say
now, is Ironcaster giving me my appearance fee of $500, or who do I get picked that up from?
Yep, I will gladly make sure you're connected to Ironcaster for to receive whatever fee he had prearranged for you. Absolutely.
I'll bill that to Loki.
All right, great. I like that.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we were able to do this and be able to talk about it. Because I do think that Christmas is one of those things where people dust off Die Hard to watch it because now it has become meme culture, right? You know what I mean? I think that if it wasn't some of this kind of thing, hold on, what happened here? Which one might have a Christopher Lee card? That would be Gremlins 2. Gremlins 2.
I was going to suggest Gremlins because, cute little fuzzy things. Squeaka.
Yeah. Fun show. Thank you. But Mike, you mentioned watching it for Christmas. How many times do you watch it a year? Probably twice.
Die Hard?
Yeah.
Die Hard, I randomly watch it once or twice a year. Pretty like a random. I don't wait for Christmas. Like it's just random, at least once or twice a year, at least randomly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I probably watch it randomly.
Godfather, my hard stop is I got to see it by about January 3rd because after that the year starts and then I never get back to it. So that New Year's weekend is like my hard stop. I got to finish it by no later than the 2nd or the 3rd. And if I literally 5 years of my life I have not done it and something horrific has happened that following year.
That is so funny and cool at the same time. There's like the Godfather principle from Mem is I have to watch it because every time I have not, something tragic has happened in my life. I like that. If it's an excuse to watch a good movie.
I never thought about this until one time. The 5th time that it happened, I actually sat down. I'm like, I gotta watch The Godfather. I just feel I need to get inspired and motivated. And then I thought, wait a minute, I didn't see it last year. And then I started retracing the tracks of my life, and I'm like, the year I was homeless. Did I watch it? I'm like, no, I didn't. And like, what about when I got divorced from Eva? And then I thought about like, no, I didn't see that Christmas. We were traveling and I didn't make time. I literally,
reverse engineered the pattern. Maybe that's it. Now you've solved the mystery. You got it worked out. We know what you'll be doing in January. Rock on, brother. So yeah, Squeaka, I'm sorry, man. I have to be honest, chat kind of rules. So Chris Persia won. He defaulted to give that to you. He's going to pick, and he's sending you a Gremlins pack from the sounds of things. So I don't want to tell you, I'm just the mediator around here. So, yeah, there you go. Chris says he saves Die Hard 1 or 2. Yeah, we have rules. We have to live by our own rules. I mean, we made up the rules. So surely, Mike, they have to respect us, right? We made the rules. They have to live by those rules.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you watch Die Hard, it becomes Christmas. So throw a Christmas party. Yeah, you got to have your own Christmas party for sure. So
that is one thing with this movie that you can watch it any time of year and it still works. Even if yes, on the Christmas aspect, yes, but it's still just a really good action film.
Well, that would be one of the critics, right? They would try to tell you because this movie did not come out at Christmas time, right? Did you know that? It came out in June.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this movie came out in June. However,
really,
many other big name Christmas movies like It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street didn't come out in Christmas time either. So it's not really. It's more of a modern thing that Christmas movies come out at Christmas time or whatever. There's a few that came out like in November or something like that. But yeah, this came out in the summer.
Oh,
so yeah. I don't know if it was meant to come out at Christmas and got delayed. I wasn't as connected to film, sort of like the history and stuff for that era. I would have to look it up. That's probably a question for someone like Tom. He'd probably remember. Yeah, it was a Tuesday, and we got the news that Die Hard got delayed.
And then there was it opened at the Baltimore Regal Cinema at 2:18 in the afternoon on a Tuesday.
Oh, I worked at a theater when Die Hard came out, so I watched Die Hard. So it was one of those things where I kind of got to the point where I kind of had to do like cleaning after the screenings and not. But Die Hard was one I enjoyed cleaning because it played Let It Snow. So even though it was a horrible experience to have to clean, at least the song credits made it an enjoyable experience because I like the song. So yeah, no.
So you got to imagine you were sweeping up snow.
No, I didn't imagine it. I just enjoyed the fact that it's a pleasant song. Like some of them have just instrumental or they'll have something you don't like. But to have one where you're like, at least there's decent music on, you know what I mean? It's like decent environment to be in or things like that. So, yeah. Yeah, 4K Die Hard. Yeah, actually, my wife, they left the house last week or week before. And she said, he'll be fine. He'll just turn on stuff really, really loud. So, yeah, the 4K discs go in and I'm watching stuff like this for sure. 100%. Yeah, Halloween movies tend to be the thing. Well, because there's definitely a connectivity for sure with Halloween and people going. And I think it is now too with Christmas and people going. So, but yeah. Who timed you out? You were timed out, brother? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe that was, I don't know. Was it? I mean, I don't know. Sorry, Punkwaddle. As far as I know, we should never time you out. So I don't know what happened there. So
did I do that?
Pat S says he might have done that. Okay.
Oh, Pat S. Sorry, dude. I said, oh
boy, Pat. Pat's going to lose his privilege. You put a penguin in the corner. It's going to get you in trouble around here.
Dude, I have so many times accidentally timed out people that channels I got wrenches on. I just close the window and listen and watch the show now.
All right, then. That is funny. No, I can't believe they don't have a way to undo it. Like if you put someone in by accident, I don't know. Okay. Mike, what you got going on, man? I know you do your Tuesday stuff with Loki. You're going to do that for a few more weeks. You got it, next week or Christmas time. What's going to go on, man?
Well, I always do Taco Tuesdays on Tuesdays with Loki. So I've been doing that for 2 years.
Yeah. So, what you got? Anything else? You got stuff lined up to be on with Doomcock? You said, and
every Wednesday night, Doomcock 8:00. Loki's Tuesday 8 a.m. and Midnight Sage After Dark, somewhere in the middle as I'm able to and stuff. But I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't have a regular schedule other than those two shows. I just sort of pop in where I'm invited when I'm invited if I'm able.
And the Godfather,
not a YouTuber.
Godfather marathon is lined up here in about 10 days. So
yep.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yep, invite me back next year. I'm down. Let's do this. Awesome. I look forward to Ironcaster's continued cinematic growth.
Yes, he will definitely grow. Ironcaster, my brother.
I've got a book. I've got the perfect book for this.
He has homework, so Mike. He's pulling his book. He has a textbook. 101 movies that he must.
Holy shit! 1001 movies. Jesus, many crickets.
This thing is thick. I can say I've at least seen about 100 or so of the movies out of this, so I am working on it.
Wow, bro, that's insane.
Yeah, I always thought about doing something with the 200 movies you should watch. Like you really are picking like the elite library of stuff, for each different genres, and certain genres are going to have a lot more of those sort of the elite movies. And like Mike, you were talking about like the rewatchability movies. I don't want a bunch of lists of like Philadelphia and even Schindler's List, guys. I'm like, I don't want to sit through this again. I mean, I love it. It's fine. I respect it for what it is, but yeah.
I think that is probably the better list to do. The top 100 movies, the top 100 rewatchable movies.
Yeah. Oh, that's thanks. I like the support, Squeak. I appreciate that. Yeah. Keely Chow's here as well. Yeah, we're wrapping up our Die Hard conversation, and yeah. So yeah, but I think that's it. It's like it needs. There's a rewatchability. I think that's why I told people when we're talking about the 3 westerns, right? We're talking about. We did a talk hard on Tombstone. We discussed Unforgiven, and I just recently recorded a video about Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and it's the rewatchability. Like how I can't knock. They're all 3 different, completely different approaches, and they're all so rewatchable. So It's one of those things. Like just you got to soak them up, take them in.
Yep.
Wait, what were the 3 movies?
Unforgiven, Tombstone, Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Those are my top 3 westerns.
I've seen 2 of the 3.
Fair enough.
There you go. Now we're talking. There we go. We're building on it.
Yep. So, Old Gamer. That's a great one. That's a good. Steve McQueen needs to have a little category of about 3 or 4 movies. Yeah, for sure. Tower and Inferno and Bullet, things like that. So, well, Mike, my friend, thank you so much for doing Talk Hard. I think this was your first time on Talk Hard. It's been great to have you with us and hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
I'm sorry that Ironcaster's sort of like narrow library of experience, but you know what? He's gotten through Die Hard from start to finish. He can have an appreciation, so now he can really, really enjoy it. Look at Lady Miss sneaking in. Wow, see, Squeaka, we got work to do. I'm only going to recommend that Pops recommend category of that level is like, these are the best of the best type stuff. There are others that may not be quite as rewatchable that can be great, but for sure. So there's the link to Mornings of Mischief, Midnight Edge, everything you need there to make sure if you are a fan of Mim, you'll know where he may or may not be popping up depending on what's going on, for sure. So
he shows up on YouTube almost as much as Tom does.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Don't say that. That makes me think that goes against the narrative of not being a YouTuber. That is against the narrative.
They're roasting Doomacorns and War Eagles. Yeah. But listen, folks, this is it for me. This is our last Talk Hard. We'll be back on January the 2nd. We're going to kick off 2024 with some, shall we say, toxic movies that'll get you, some really good films that are probably considered toxic. Hopefully you'll enjoy that conversation. We'll be having that on January 2nd. And then after that, on January 9th, we'll be discussing Highlander 2.
Ooh.
The Renegade Cut. Does it save the film or not? We shall see and we shall discuss. So yes, we will definitely be discussing those kinds of things in January before we, I think we'll have a couple more ideas. What?
Does that mean we got to watch both versions of the movie?
You can't get the original version. So you're just going to have to read about the theatrical version, or you'll hear me discussing how I don't know why I stayed in the theater. To this day, I sat there and I was just Highlander 2, the original theatrical version. It was so bad. I wanted to leave. I should have left the theater. I was a poor college kid. I should have just left. High school, college. I had to be in college. Anyway, it's terrible. So, but I promise I'll sit through Renegade Cut. We'll discuss it January the 9th. So, folks, listen, have a Merry Christmas and a safe New Year. Enjoy your time and your families. Do all that kind of stuff. Care about you guys. Thanks for making this whole Pops thing so special. I'll be back live starting at 5:00 on Thursday, my last stream of the year, saying kind of farewell, hanging out with a couple of folks that have been supporting me all along. And I don't get to chat with some people because of their work schedules tonight. I got 2 or 3 of them lined up. Maybe some other people will pop by. And we'll do our last giveaways, those kinds of things. But thanks for everything. Thanks again, Mike, for hanging out with us. Ironcaster, my brother, you have a safe one. We'll talk soon. And guys, our last little Bob video of the year. We're going to go out. Make sure you spend some time to chill.
I'm Ross. All I do is chill. My life is a thrill, for real, Bob Ross. I be too calm for the drama. You don't want to cause a problem. I'll solve it, Bob Ross.